Abernathy?
Here.
Jones?
Here.
Hoskin?
Here.
Patel?
Here.
Clough?
Here. You've received a copy of the last month's meeting. Are there any questions, additions, or corrections? Is there a motion?
I make a
Motion to
motion, yeah. I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Middleton?
Aye.
Abernathy? Jones?
Abstain.
Hoskin? Patel?
Aye.
Clough?
Aye.
Regarding the agenda, do you have any recommendations to adjust the agenda?
Yes, I will be requesting this evening a vote to table item 6, 8, and then the first item under old business, the preliminary plat of Trammell Woods subdivision, all until the next meeting.
Okay, and is there anything under new business?
And then under new business, I would like to add a final plat for Trammell Loop Addition Phase 3.
Okay, with those corrections, additions, it's set. I think we need a motion to table those three items that have been requested by staff.
So moved.
Middleton?
Aye.
Abernathy? Jones?
Aye.
Hoskin? Patel?
Aye.
Clough?
Aye.
I'd make one note on the tabling of the Trammell Woods subdivision.
Yes, sir.
I think this is the last time we should table that. If they can't get a plat in here that's ready for us to look at, they need to reapply.
Okay,
So next month, they better have one in here.
sounds good.
Rezone request to 8900 Highway 107 from R1 to R3.
So the first item on the agenda this evening is going to be a rezone request from R1 to R3. This property for some time was a non-conforming use, and the applicant is simply at this point seeking a pathway towards compliance to operate the same use at the same location. The use, which was a residential care facility, and that's the item that was following this rezone on the application this evening, is permitted conditionally only in R3. So with that, staff recommends approval of the application.
This calls for a public hearing. Does anybody wish to speak for or against this proposal? Hearing none, close the public hearing. Folks, what is your wishes? Do you have any questions of staff?
So this is just to change the zoning, right?
This is a zoning amendment, correct?
Okay.
And in effect, my understanding, the way the staff commented on the thing, it's just to make it an eligible permitted use instead of a non-conforming use.
Correct.
I'll make a motion that we rezone that partial from R1 to R3. Is that appropriate?
I'm sorry. I had trouble hearing you.
I'm sorry. Hold on, I've been schooled on pushing this button. I make a motion that we rezone that partial from R1 to R3.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. Middleton?
Aye.
Abernathy? Jones?
Aye.
Hoskin?
Aye.
Patel?
Aye.
Clough?
Aye.
Site plan for Lot 20A, Sylvan Hills Edition.
Okay, so this next item on the agenda is a site plan for the development of a medical clinic. With that, the applicant has submitted revision since the initial packet was posted and delivered to y'all last week. So with that, staff will be requesting contingent approval of the application as submitted. Would you like me to go through the contingencies? Okay. First is that the landscape plan reflects the plat note that was incorporated with the staff report for a continuous green hedge along the south side of that property.
Are you saying that it needs to or that it now does?
It needs to.
Okay.
These are the outstanding items. The location and proposed type of lighting be reflected on the site plan. The site plan detailed the effective zoning for which the application was approved, so C2 and C3. And then also, in addition to that, the outstanding engineering comment that was not addressed with the revisions would be that of the drainage report, and that be submitted with the building plans prior to approval of the building permit application. And all these items be contingent on approval of the building permit.
Okay, questions?
So the drainage, are you recommending a place for drainage? I know it slopes from towards the Highway 107, so is there going to be a retaining pond, are you suggesting?
There's not. There's an open ditch that runs along Highway 107, and any drainage from the site and the development will be captured with the stormwater on site, and that will all be addressed with the construction drawings and the building plans.
Is it going to, like, when it rains hard, is it going to overflow the city drainage?
I can let the applicant speak to what the plan is. At this point, this is just the site plan.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm concerned about the location of the drives. The one on Johnson Avenue looks to be awfully close to 107, may cause a little bit of problem. And then the one going out onto Johnson Drive, I know that when there's school buses and stuff through there, that traffic backs up a lot. People may have trouble getting in and out of there at that point.
You care to address that, Thomas?
Mr. Clough, can you say it again, please?
Yeah, I'm concerned about the location of the drives. The one that's on the Johnson Avenue is awfully close to 107 and awfully close to the stop sign. There's not a lot of traffic on that street, but it's still awfully close. Looks like you could come straight out of the parking instead of having that zigzag to get in, unless there's a particular reason you're doing that. And then the other one on the north, there's a lot of traffic on Johnson when school's out or when they're getting students into the school. And I'm concerned that, it would cause more traffic conditions.
In relation to the Southwest Drive, it's there for a reason. It's further away than you think, actually. It's about 50 feet away from, it looks close, but it's actually quite, and it does zigzag for grade purposes, that this site has a great slope to it. And so we needed that length in that drive to get down from Johnson Avenue to our building. So
And
was
does
very
that
much-
allow enough room, the maneuvering space for a fire truck to get in that drive or in or out of that drive?
That drive does not. The front one does, and they only need one access.
All I need, okay. That's all my questions.
Commissioner, may I address your drainage questions?
Yeah.
I switched to this plan because it helps. We have a drainage plan shown. We are showing underground drainage to catch all of our water before it even gets to Johnson Drive. So that will help greatly. And then I'm thinking about making one revision. If you look at the northwest corner of our parking lot, you see a circle right there. Let's see if I can show you. Can you see that right there? Well, that's an inlet, okay? So I'm gonna run that pipe from here to here and then put it in the open ditch rather than and what it'll do is relieve pressure on the existing pipe on Johnson. We didn't design, it's there, it was designed to handle it, but this will guarantee you have plenty of capacity, so it'll help quite a bit. So all the water's gonna get underground before it even gets to Johnson Drive and be conveyed into the open drainage ditch.
I know when there's heavy rains, the corner there at Johnson Drive does flood.
Yeah, it does. Yep, so we're taking water off of it.
Any other questions? Is there a motion?
So we're making a motion based on the drainage issue, right?
On several conditions, I
On
think.
several conditions, right? Okay.
I'll move acceptance pending the 5 outstanding conditions are met.
You care to,
I will.
for the record?
I will, for the record. That the landscape plan includes the note ensuring a continuous green hedge is placed to provide adequate screening. Number 2, location and proposed type of lighting be reflected on the site plan. That there's a note indicating the effective underlying zoning at the time of approval as C2 and C3 as shown on the plan. Number 4, the applicant provides engineering with a drainage report no later than with the submission of your building plan package and application for your building permit. And number 5, the release of a building permit will be contingent upon the application addressing all the staff comments. So,
You've heard the motion as read. Are there any other questions? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Middleton,
Aye.
Abernathy. Jones,
aye.
Hoskin. Patel,
Aye.
Clough.
Aye.
Thank you.
Final plat of Reed Estates.
All right, so this next item on the agenda was withdrawn by the applicant a couple months back. So with that, the plat is back for approval. This is within our planning area boundary as defined. The only outstanding item that would be contingent upon the plat approval at this point is the recorded access easement being incorporated into the final plat. So with that, staff recommends approval of the final plat with the recorded easement reflected on the final plat. So with that, we recommend approval.
Any questions?
I have a question. Based on the, you said there's a power line goes through that lot, right?
Yes.
So when they do the development of that, is that going to be hindering or?
So this property is in the planning area boundary, so it's being platted for the transfer of ownership at this point. It is developed out. There is a single-family dwelling that exists on site. There is no other development planned for this area.
But what's the easement of the power line?
It's 100 feet.
100 feet on
Yes.
each side?
It's 100 feet in totality.
50 on each side.
Yes, 50
50
on each side.
Okay.
Any other questions? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve?
A second.
Middleton,
Aye.
Abernathy. Jones,
Aye.
Hoskin. Patel,
Aye.
Clough.
Aye.
Conditional use permit at 8801 Highway 107 for a gasoline service station.
All right. This next item has been on your agenda for some time. It has been tabled due to the change of project management, things of that nature. So with that, from the get-go, you would have noted in your staff report that all of the comments have successfully been addressed. The only outstanding item, I would say, to some degree, was the dumpster location. The applicant decided to leave it where it was. So with that, staff recommends approval of the application.
Okay, this calls for a public hearing. Does anybody wish to speak to this application? Pardon? Where's it located? Well, it's neighborhood Walmart, yes. If you want to speak, have you signed in? If you would, this helps us keep the record straight. And again, if you would speak into the microphone.
Right over here, please.
Give us your name and address for the record.
My name is Richie Arnold, and my wife owns the property at 321 West Keel. That's where the father-in-law lives, and the neighborhood Walmart, we got a certified letter saying they're putting a gas station. And I would prefer not have one next to my house, because this is where I'm going to
You're
live.
at 321 West Keel.
Which would be,
Where is that on? This is where it's proposed.
let's see, here.
Okay.
Okay.
It's in,
I was thinking here.
it's to the south of Looper Road, yes.
I'm sorry.
Are you still
You're
cool?
more than welcome to continue.
No, I'm fine. I was assuming, I didn't have a location where it was, and I was assuming it was next door.
No.
Thank you.
And for the record, his residence is over here to the west. So no, it is to the northeast corner of the parcel.
Does anybody else wish to speak? Hearing none, public meeting, hearing is closed. Questions?
I have a question. If I remember correctly, there was no more gas stations in Sherwood, like storage and gas stations. There was, or this is before we put a
A moratorium?
The
Moratorium,
moratorium, correct. The language, the code was amended in the interim to allow them by conditional use in C3. That's what's before you this evening, and by right in C4. And there are special conditions within the zoning code that ties into the site development of service stations.
The moratorium expired.
Correct.
Okay.
Can we go back to the site plan when it shows the layout of the drives and stuff? Yeah, I'm concerned that that entrance, when you come in off of 107, if someone tries to turn left out of that gas station into the turn lanes, they could block the entrance to Walmart and cause traffic to block up on 107. Is there a way we can make that a one-way entrance only, not an exit?
Or
That
make
would,
Aren't they using
the existing
Walmart?
ingress egress is
Yeah.
what was
Right.
proposed.
The-
I don't,
That's fine, but it's the entrance into the gas station itself when you turn in, I don't think I've got a trim point, I guess. If you're pulling left out of here, someone maybe backed up, so I see cars backed up there all the time, so it pulls out and blocks this entrance. Traffic could get blocked up on 107, causing a traffic issue. So if that was just an entrance only, that might be a little bit better situation than having both in and out at that location, close to the entrance to the Walmart.
That's certainly I think
we can put a condition.
yeah, is the
It's-
applicant here?
Okay, yes. Did you sign it? No. Can he just state his name first?
If you would, your name for the rest of us.
Matthew Parks from CEI Engineering. So the request is basically just to put just have it,
Some
this
type of
be
like
entry
striping
only.
or an arrow.
What if they had a stop sign here? Would that be all right?
Still gonna
Still gonna pull out block?
People are still going to pull out and block that entrance, and I'm afraid that's going to make people back up on 107, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we put that in as I'm just a representative, the project manager actually is in California, so, I can pass that
California.
along to him, make sure that it's okay.
Yeah, if we can make that just an enter only, no exit, that might make things a little bit better, but.
Yeah,
Would there be any technical problem with that?
I don't think so, no. It's just, I don't want to speak for them and say, yes, that would be fine to do it until I've actually let them know that's what but if you want to put that in as a condition, I think they can, I don't see a problem with it personally, but they would have to look at it and make sure that it's okay with the client and everything.
I'm trying to figure out why we need another gas station. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's like 4 gas stations within a mile of each other.
5.
Is it 5?
Well, for the record, the issue is not whether we can permit it or not. It is permitted. That's a done deal. The issue is, are there any conditions that are necessary either to protect adjoining properties or to protect the safety of people using it?
I will say this from the staff perspective, they did meet all of the stated requirements that were added post-moratorium, things like the dumpster requirements, some of the awning requirements, in particular, the enhanced landscaping requirements. But that noted comment regarding the access, if that is something that you definitely want included, that needs to be made a condition and stated as part of the motion if there's a motion to approve.
Guess my reaction, having made left turns out of there frequently, is that that's tough. It's tough to make a left turn, and cars sometimes will stack up and be in a flying wedge. So to me, that makes some sense to make it another exit possible so that they don't block it. The traffic on the 107s, that didn't go fix that, but it'll fix the stacking going to 107.
Could they put another exit right, ingress, egress right up here?
They probably have to file with the highway department to get an egress in.
That would be I mean, this is a conditional use. They would have to go in, they would have to redesign it, and then we would also need to look at like the traffic safety of having those ingress egress close in comparison to Looper Road that's north, et cetera.
It
And
would
those
be
across-
offset from it, which would cause some it would
Yeah,
cause
I don't
conflicts.
advise that direction.
Yeah, it would be awfully
If it's
close
anything
to
related
Looper.
to striping or arrows, a stop sign, I think maybe that's something that could be part of the approval. That would make more sense.
Can we require them to have an air compressor that works and it's free? Can we require that?
I would suggest no. Just to be clear, are you suggesting a stop sign, a one-way, or another exit?
I'm saying one way, enter only at that one that's closest to the street there, so.
Which means there's another exit somewhere else?
Yeah, there's exit out the backside, there's exit down farther on the site there, I mean, you've got.
Oh, you're talking about right here.
Yeah, I don't want this to be people pulling out here and trying to get in line and blocking this, and then traffic backs up, and gets out there on 107, and somebody's come along and bam, you got an accident. You've got this exit here, looks like there's probably one back here. So, there's plenty of ways to get out, but, you know, people coming in could turn in and get in, no problem, there shouldn't be any reason to back up. But if someone's trying to pull out here to go left or right, you know, they could block it up.
So to clarify, just to make sure we understand that what you're suggesting is that that particular entrance be an in only.
In only, correct.
So would it help if we're even clearer if we say it's in only and they include signage and striping that indicates that?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. 'Cause I totally agree with you, so.
Is that a motion?
I think it's your
Yes, that
motion
would
to
be a
make,
motion
sir.
to, as long as that is an ingress only.
And I'll amend his motion, is that the right terminology? To say that it includes signage and striping on
Yeah.
that in only,
Do you agree to that friendly amendment?
I do, yes.
yes.
Okay, you've heard the motion and the second.
Middleton,
Aye.
Abernathy. Jones.
Aye.
Hoskin,
No.
Patel,
Aye.
Clough.
Aye.
Final plat, Trammell Loop Phase 3.
No, new business.
Okay, so this next item on the agenda is under new business that was added this evening. This is the final plat for Trammell Loop Addition Phase 3. This is the final phase that was for originally the Trammell Loop Addition Phase 2 that came in as 2A last month to the west. With that, Phase 3 is completed. The applicant has successfully submitted all the associated documents, and it is ready for approval.
So this is phase 3?
Correct.
So it's just the one that's in the middle?
Last month, this was 2. It was approved because this other half was not yet ready, so it was split up in 2 separate final plats. But this month, Phase 3 is now ready.
And there's nothing else they need to do in order to meet your requirements?
Administratively, they've met all of our requirements. We do not bring final plats before the commission if there are outstanding items.
So I move that we accept. Push that button.
Approved.
I move that we approve the final plat.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Middleton,
Aye.
Abernathy. Jones.
Aye.
Hoskin.
Aye.
Patel,
Aye.
Clough.
Aye.
Under new business, do you want to speak to this or you want me to?
You can speak to it.
Okay.
And I mean, I concur with what you're saying. We had discussed it.
When I took a second look at the conditional uses, and I was wanting to make sure of something, I noticed that the first sentence in the second paragraph of 140210D2C said, "Appeals to the city council shall be reviewed de novo on the basis in which the application was denied by the planning commission." De novo means that you allow and admit new information. And the second sentence in that says you can't do that. So it's contradictory. And so I am suggesting that we change the language in that, amend the language, actually hold a public hearing next month to recommend an ordinance revision that reads something along the lines of, appeals to the city council shall not be reviewed de novo, but shall be based solely on the facts presented to the planning commission, leading to the vote to deny the request. I mean, all I want to do is clear up what de novo means and how the process works. Have any questions?
Could you repeat the paragraph, please? Could you repeat the paragraph? The citation,
What
where
it
it
would
is?
read or what it does read?
Which, the
The section.
chapter and verse,
Oh,
please.
it's 1402, 10, D, 2C.
Okay, thank you.
And it's just simply to get rid of the inconsistent language. You okay with that?
Yes.
It is the sense of the commission to hold a public hearing next meeting.
We'll schedule it.
That's the agenda. Anything else? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll make a
Seconded.
motion to.
Have a motion and a second.
Middleton.
Aye.
Abernathy. Jones.
Aye.
Hoskin. Patel.
Aye.
Cluck.